Use the Force, Luke.
Live long and prosper.
I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Shut up and take my money.
By Grabthar's hammer, what a saving.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
X never, ever marks the spot.
Winter is coming. You're a wizard, Harry.
Stay a while and listen.
Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Your ties are cool.
So say we all.
This is a Play on Nerds.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 80 of A Play on Nerds. This is a very exciting episode, very special, because we are doing a huge trailer review roundup of all the things that were released around or in San Diego Comic-Con. There were so many trailers of nerdy and geeky movies that we're very excited to talk about.
An amazing amount of content comes out this time of year, and this year was no exception. And I feel like this year was actually maybe one of the most full years I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, and plus there were like we were in a trailer drought for a while there. Now I know why, because they released them all.
Yeah, everyone's holding off.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of good stuff to discuss. But before we get to that, Jeremy, what have you been up to?
And also, I should say, if you're first joining us just now, I'm Jarman, and that's my co-host Steve.
I'm Steve. We're just so at home here, we forget we kick our feet up.
We're the co-hosts of A Play on Nerds. This has been going on for about 3 years now. It's a fun, nerdy podcast.
80 episodes. That's how episodes. Many. How do we do that?
You can go back and listen to everything on aplayonnerds.com or through iTunes, but we've been going for a long time, just talking random, nerdy, geeky shit and about ghosts and other random things.
And we make it up as we go every week.
We do.
We actually have a lot of stuff kind of planned out this week, which is not like us.
We do, so be prepared for that.
Yeah, be prepared, people. It's going to be a packed episode.
Last time we did a Follow That Bird movie review, which I loved. It was a lot of fun.
So much fun discussing that.
Yeah, exactly. And since then, I've gotten sick. That's why I sound a little rough around the edges.
I think you're doing great, bud.
Well, thank you. But I also gave me the opportunity to lay in bed and just binge a show, because a lot of shows are off season right now. So I was catching up on Fargo, a show most people have been lauding as this amazing show. And it was good. It was entertaining. It was interesting. A lot of good actors, but I guess I'm so biased because I'm so used to watching sci-fi fantasy shows that it's just when there's nothing sci-fi fantasy related, I'm kind of like bored. Is that stupid? I don't know.
No. But, so in some, I mean, no.
Yeah.
Remember, it's the show's job to grip you.
Right.
Not the other way around.
But like just great actors, like first season Martin Freeman, Mr. Hobbit himself.
Well, but we've all seen things with famous actors just fail.
Right. But
just
it's
fail.
Really entertaining. And one thing that's weird is they do like in the movie Fargo, which I didn't know was a big thing. They call it a true story. This is all true events. The names of the characters have been changed.
True events. Yeah.
But it's actually not true at all. The movie wasn't,
not
and
even
neither is the show. There's not based on anything. They just said that for fun. But it's entertaining. So I mean, a great thing to binge in bed while you're recovering. Yeah. So there you go. But what have you been up to since our last recording?
Well, let's see. Last weekend, and I don't think I've talked about this, but I'm in a D&D group.
Oh, that's right.
Played D&D 5e. I don't know. Here in San Jose, and we've been meeting, and I think we've met 6 or 7 times now. And we had it this past Sunday, and it was a fun sort of thing. The week before, so my character that I made is like a rogue, and he's really stacked in dex,
which is important.
But he's real dumb and has like no charisma. But the problem is that I'm playing with people that aren't necessarily the most roleplay heavy.
Right.
The group overall is not roleplay heavy. And so because of that, when we get into these roleplay situations, I am often in because I am comfortable with it. But then my character is dumb and I have to play that. And so he says dumb, ignorant stuff, gets the group in trouble, threatens people.
Like, because they're playing your character correctly.
Right. But they're all keep getting like upset with me, like me, the player, because I'm doing this. I'm like, what did we learn? Don't let me be in front and talk.
And who's your charisma-based character that's not taking up the slack?
No one.
Oh, that's not good. You need a face character.
Yes. We have, let's see, a rogue cleric, a swamp warlock.
That's a thing?
A druid. The druid's pretty charismatic. We got the druid. He just wasn't there that week. Him and I play well off each other.
Nice.
But yeah, just it was just one of those like, come on, I'm trying, guys.
See, that's the thing as actors, though, where we both started off as actors. We both want to act out this stuff and have fun with it and just improv. And there's a lot of players out there who just don't have that capability, that background, and they just want to go by the numbers and fight. And it's kind of frustrating at times. It's like, I want to do stories, you know?
Yeah. And I've kind of gotten lax because I got unenthusiastic because the group's unenthusiastic. But I decided that I'm going to bring it back and hope that people come with me.
Oh, good. Just keep the energy going and they'll catch up.
And then this past weekend, we went furniture shopping.
Oh.
Because we need something with some higher counter space now that Joyce is like real close to walking and is starting to reach counters with the tops of her hands. So we went and got like a little mini kitchen island kind of thing.
Nice.
And just has a little bit of storage under it. So we get to gain some more countertop. And then we put some things that we want to protect up there. So it was nice.
So the baby can't get into things.
Yes. Joyce is so incredibly close to walking. It is terrifying.
Not even a baby anymore. Going to be a toddler.
I'll send you a video after this. It is terrifying.
She's going to destroy things.
Yes.
Just as bad as your cat knocking over your TV.
We got a giant cabinet. Like, that's the one thing. The thing we keep our TV in, I'm not even worried about her getting into.
Nice.
You have to unlatch it at the top, and the top is like 4 feet off the ground. She's not going to get to that for a long time.
Not until middle school.
No.
Well, very cool.
But before she destroys everything, we should probably talk some nerd news.
I think we should.
It's time for Nerdy News.
So what do you got for us this week?
So I've got overall, I've got 3 stories. They're all pretty short.
Oh, my goodness.
But I'm going to call it Sign of the Times. And so the first one is this Venezuelan person on Twitter revealed that for a little bit of time that the Bolivar, which is the Venezuelan currency, on the black market exchange, which they say is the cheapest exchange rate that you can find in Venezuela, which is confirmed by NPR.
Nice.
That the Bolivar for a short time became worth less than gold in World of Warcraft.
Oh, God, that's sad.
For a little bit. Mind you, it's gone up since then. The numbers are no longer accurate. But he had a short, a screenshot basically on July 14th with all of everything where WoW Gold exceeded the Bolivar.
Oh, jeez. And still
right?
To this day,
isn't that
insane? Like WoW Gold maybe like 10 years ago at its peak, but nowadays it's still that strong. That's impressive.
Well, now they have a different way to buy it.
Gotcha.
So there's less black market stuff because the people at Blizzard decided to sell these tokens for that you can buy tokens and then cash those tokens in for gold.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something they introduced to try to cut out the black market in WoW.
So they have a way of purchasing gold instead of going to Chinese farmers.
Exactly. So that's what this exchange rate's based off of.
I see.
But yeah, so there you go.
That's some nerdy shit.
That's right. I also have, so we had like a real close call and we didn't realize it happened, like the Earth. So we had a space rock, which has since been called 2017-001, was detected on July 23rd. By this huge telescope in Hawaii. And the reveal of the trajectory is that it had been really close to us. Like 3 days earlier, it was like a third of the distance from the moon from us.
That's really close.
Yeah. Mind you, it's not that big. Size of an airplane, they said.
Okay.
Not huge. But it flew right by us. Like right in a, galactic sense. Holy crap, that was close.
Yeah, that's closer than anything I've heard in a long time.
Yes, that's just crazy. But yeah, they estimated it would be between 82 and 256 feet.
So what kind of damage would that have done? Do we know?
No, that's not in this article.
Gotcha. But still scary.
Yeah, that could have devastated an entire region.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts. And we missed it. We found it 3 days after.
And our buddy Ian Cohen, I think, wasn't he our rocket scientist friend? Wasn't he working on a project that would help us prevent things like that?
I believe so. Yeah. That sounds right.
I think so. But I know he's working the solar program. That's what he last talked about. But I think at one point he was talking about a net that he was Maybe you just
Something
talk
like
to us
that.
about that. Anyways.
I'll have to go back and listen. That's one of my least favorite episodes just because of how bad the quality was. And
oh, I know. We need to get him like a nice mic and have him on all the time. That'd be great.
yeah. But because of that, I don't remember. I haven't re-listened to it. All right, let's see your news story before I do my final one.
Oh, sure. So this,
I feel bad doing 3 in a row.
I appreciate that. So it's an interesting article I found on mysteriousuniverse.org, which is one of my favorite podcasts, but they have great articles on their website, all about strange and unusual things. But we all knew about Soylent that came out a while back. Soylent was this drink that people made. It's they hope there'll be something for the future to help, feed the hungry in poor places, because it's a drink that has not much taste. It tastes kind of like cereal milk after you've had cereal in milk for a long time, but it has like all the nutrients you need for a full 400 calorie meal. But it didn't really catch on as far as doing that. It's still pretty popular, but now they've come up with this this invention that may change the world if done properly. Maybe kind of like future day replicators for food, where they can make carbon dioxide into an edible protein carbohydrate powder. And they did this very expensively through this process. It took like 2 weeks to make a gram of this powder.
Wow.
But they think after a while, of course, in 10 years, they think they could make it to where it's affordable and it would take less time. And you would be able to feed the hungry very easily and just basically create this. You pull the carbon from the air and then it develops this powder from the air. So it's like a renewable source, and it could be solar powered. So basically, you could be anywhere and just solar power this creation process, and then make this powder and eat it. And it wouldn't be delicious, but you could eat it and survive. And of course, we eventually find ways to make it taste good. But,
yeah, true.
So in about 10 years, that might be a thing that'd be the precursor towards replicating food, because we're already kind of replicating beef
John,
patties.
don't forget, making terrible things taste good is what humans have been doing since the beginning of humans.
Oh yeah, that's what spices.
That's what we do. Is we take terrible things and go, all right, let's try soaking it in some vinegar.
Let's try ejaculating on it, see if that tastes good.
There you go. That's right. That's weird your mind went there, but I'm glad.
I don't know why. But yeah, that's my news story. We could soon be eating oxygen, or more like carbon dioxide.
So researchers at Facebook in a lab had to shut down one of their AIs after it invented its own language.
Oh, and they were worried?
Yes, they shut it down once they realized it was no longer using English.
Oh, jeez.
Basically, they had 2 AIs talking to each other, and the AIs kind of decided, we don't need all this fancy, eloquent language to get done what we need to get done. So instead, they ended up repeating, let me see if I can find it. One of them, Bob and Alice. Bob started by saying, I everything else, to which Alice responded, balls have 0 to me. And then the rest of the conversation was formed about repeating words, and they found out it was the robots deciding how many objects to exchange without having to describe numbers or the words that you have to use surrounding numbers to make sentences make sense.
Wow.
They were just cutting that shit out.
Because they don't need it.
Right.
Fascinating and scary.
Right. And so they shut it down. They got to study it and figure out what happened. Yeah. So that's just crazy.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, that's a sign of bad things to come.
That's right.
Well,
sign of the times.
Accept our robot overlords.
I'm okay with it.
Well, I think that's some great nerdy news, folks. We gave you some science. We dropped the science on your asses.
We did. Bam.
I'm speaking out of my butt because I'm really tired and sick.
But speaking out of my butt because I always speak out of my butt.
That's like Ace Ventura style. Very impressive. Well, we got a lot of ground to cover, so we're going to go ahead and jump into a game, I think.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so as I said to Jarman, I've been going back and listening to some of our older episodes, a lot of our older episodes, and we used to play a lot of games, and I kind of missed them. So I'm decided that if that I'm going to do something about it, and I'm bringing back a few of our old games. And this is going to be my version of a game that Jarman used to do. Hypothetical Hubub.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. Good times.
Yeah, that's right. So most of these are actually Would You Rathers. That kind of was easier to find.
Right. It's a pretty similar idea.
but I've got a couple kind of trick questions to throw in.
Gotcha.
So you wake up, a paper lands at your door, you pick it up groggily, drinking. Mind you, I'm in some fake universe, some fake reality.
Okay.
Where you have coffee and you groggily and you throw it onto the kitchen table and sit down, drink your coffee and pick it up. And there you are on the cover of the paper. So now the headline, what does the headline read? That you've been accused of bestiality or necrophilia.
Jesus.
What's the headline?
I immediately think this. I was accused of bestiality because we had discovered a new species from a different planet. And people are so backward on Earth that they think that this new species are considered beasts. But I got to know this new species very well. I know how intelligent they are. And I fell in love with one of them. And they fell in love with me. And we consciously made choices as adults to have sex. So even though the world thinks this man committed bestiality, I'm like, no, we're in love. And this person chose to have sex with me. It's consensual sex.
Somehow that was the right answer. I'm not sure how you found your way out of that one, but good work.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so this one's a little bit brighter.
All right. Brighter.
So
good.
Would you rather be the scientist that finally cures cancer or the first man to go to Mars and come back a hero?
Oh, man. So the scientist that cures cancer is more important. The man who goes to Mars and comes back a hero gets a lot.
That's
more
also
ass.
Important, though.
Important, but gets a lot more ass than the guy who cured cancer.
That's not, but once again, I want you to weigh this in. Think about the amount of time you would not be getting ass in the time to Mars, on Mars, and back from Mars. And think about that time frame.
I'd rather cure cancer because then the rest of your life, even when you're past the point of using your penis, you are appreciated and loved for what you did for humanity.
I don't know, but you could say the same thing about Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, but if Neil Armstrong was put side by side with someone who did cure cancer, we'd be like, oh, the cure cancer guy is much more important.
Oh, yeah, it's true. All right, well, fair enough. That's what
in my opinion. In my opinion.
All right, so you're a centaur.
Ooh.
But your bottom half isn't a horse, so you're not actually a centaur. What animal are you that is not horse or horse-like?
Horse or horse-like. Okay.
Yeah, you can't be a cow because it's the same thing.
An ostrich.
Because
they're the fastest bird that exists.
That was my answer too.
Was it? Because you said that last episode that the fastest creature on Earth.
Oh, it's so good. That was my answer too. Good work,
good. I'm proud of you. We'll both be ostrich humans in the future. If you watched last episode, you'll appreciate that even more.
Okay. Would you rather be moderately skilled at everything? Not great, just moderate at everything. Or keep your current skill level as is right now?
I'd much rather be moderately skilled at everything.
There you go. All right. Fair
Absolutely. That seems infinitely more useful.
I'm glad that you have that much confidence in your skills currently.
I'm really good at a couple of things, but if you could be moderately skilled at everything, my God.
True.
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to say, but everything.
If you're moderate at everything, you can't be great.
It's like you invest and you're like, oh, he's pretty good at investing. You go down on somebody like, oh, he's pretty good at that. You know, like everything you do. It's like, that's amazing.
You meet a girl and she's like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go home with that guy.
He's all right. He's pretty good.
Hey, be moderate. Yeah, I'll take, I guess.
Can you fix my car? I'm pretty good at it. I could probably do that.
I'm feeling middle of the road today.
Yeah. That'd be perfect for every situation.
All right. So that has been the rebirth of Hypothetical Hubub.
Woo!
All right. You ready to burst in the main segment?
Let's burst into the main segment.
Like an alien popping out of someone's chest. Let's burst into it.
So this is going to be trailer review rundown and all the San Diego Comic-Con releases.
Holy crap.
TV, movies, and all.
Wow.
So what's the first one we got here, Steve?
So first we have the Inhumans, which is another superhero thing on the moon.
And we know how Steven feels about superheroes at the moment, which is he's tired
Not
of them.
great. I'm just done. And there are a lot of them on this list we're about to go through, so I'm going to become more exasperated as we venture on.
No, there is one later on that looks like total crud. And I'm like,
there is some. Yeah.
I've been looking for you.
What are we?
What if I told you there's a place where people have powers like us? The city of Adelan. And I can take you there. We're Inhumans.
Brother, sooner or later the humans are going to find us.
Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying.
Their first course of action will be to try to destroy us.
Run!
I'm only human after all.
We need to go to Earth now. We need to strike first.
It would only lead to war.
Are you speaking for yourself or for our king?
Maximus is trying to take over Adelan.
Are you going to kill your only brother?
Stop it! I'm only human after all.
Honor me as your new king.
After all, don't put the blame on me.
Never.
Don't put your blame on me.
You're just a human.
now if this Inhuman show came out 5 years ago, we'd all be like, wow, this looks amazing. I'm so excited. This is, innovative and wonderful. But now it's coming out. We've seen so much of this. Is there going to be any room for this in anyone's entertainment lexicon?
I don't know. It just seems like it's trying to, they just don't make tea. It feels like it's from a different era. Yeah, you're saying it the right way. Like, I agree with you.
Right.
It feels like it's from 15 years ago. It feels like this should be a sideways, like at the same side with one of the Stargate series.
Okay. I love Stargate, so I can't really argue against that. But
I'm saying, like, it seems like it should be a peer, like have come out in that same time frame.
Yeah. Because it's just like, it's a lot. It's basically telling the stories of Inhumans who live on the moon. So we have Inhumans introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And talked about a little bit in the MCU movies. But they're all in the same universe. But people are getting more and more frustrated that the TV shows are talking less and less about what's going on in the movies and how they're very not interconnected. So I think this will be the one step over the edge that like gets that show canceled and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canceled. I think those people should be done with it. Which is a shame because I love the guy who plays Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He was also the lead in Misfits, the show I've been watching the first three seasons.
Another mutant show, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Basically superheroes. But he was great in Misfits, great in Game of Thrones, and I'm sure he's great in this with his weird American accent. But
it just, the whole thing looks strange and kind of cartoony.
Yeah, which could be a good thing because there hasn't been like a cartoony.
It's true. They could take it a different direction.
Right. Where they're like, all the characters look very authentic towards their comic book counterparts, which is not what they've been doing a lot. Usually it's just black outfits or regular clothes. Whereas they're like dressing like the heroes that they look like in the comics. So it's just kind of neat. But do we need more of this? I don't think we do.
No, I don't think we need this. I think I'm good.
I'm still going to watch it.
On with the show. I know you will.
So I actually did want to comment on one that came up. We actually looked at this long list of great things that came out of San Diego Comic-Con to help us like conglomerate everything. But Bright with Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. Did you watch the trailer for that by any chance?
Oh, yeah.
Why is there a fairy in the bird feeder again?
Good afternoon, officer. Fairy lives don't matter today. That's it right there. Now take the little homie out LAPD style like you do. Oh, and you keep doing all your gangster stuff. I'm just trying to sell my house. Don't worry about that. Everybody's just trying to get along and have a good life. All of the races are different. Just because they're different doesn't mean anybody's better or worse than anybody.
Hey, where's the diversity hire?
I got a dude in my car. I didn't ask for it, but the whole world is watching.
Wood, it's okay. You don't like me.
Man, I'm not out here to be your friend. I need to know if shit pop off that you got my back.
Can't hide it, Wood. Humans have physical tells. Like the face.
What's my face?
The human who needs a lot more conjugal love type face.
Do not wink at me like that.
All Westlake units requesting assistance.
3 Adam 9, show us en route.
Shouldn't we wait for the cavalry?
We are the cavalry.
What is it? That's a magic wand. This is like a nuclear weapon that grants wishes.
That's whatever you want. You want to be taller or shorter? You want $10 million? You're not stealing that wine.
We might be in a prophecy.
We're not in a prophecy. We're in a stolen Toyota Corolla.
So this reminds me so much of a game, tabletop RPG game I play called Shadowrun, which is basically set in modern day times or perhaps a little bit in the future with elves, orcs, and dwarves and humans all living together. Some big cataclysmic event happens that causes all these people to start being birthed that are of the fantasy races, but in modern day times, which was a fascinating tabletop game to play in like a D&D kind of way.
Yeah.
And this looks like that exact situation, basically.
Yeah, When I figured out what it was, because they kind of kept it hidden for the first part of the trailer.
Yeah, a little bit.
They played it low key, and then when it was revealed, I was like, "Oh my word, this is going to be awesome!" Oh, I'm totally into it.
I'm glad you're into it.
I'm totally into D&D in modern day. Like that is great.
Oh my god, you'd love Shadowrun.
And they get to do all the commentary on racial stuff and the current what's going on without pissing anyone off. Oh my gosh.
And him like killing a fairy. This is terrible.
Yeah.
He's like, what is it? Fairies' lives don't matter or something like that.
Don't matter today.
It was terrible. But I'm
Will
into
Smith
it.
and Joel
Egerton doing a Netflix original movie though. It's a Netflix original movie with a huge budget, it looks like.
Yeah, well, Netflix took on a crazy amount of debt in order to like triple their original programming.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you take 5 minutes on Netflix and look at the amount of original stuff.
It's grown too much.
It is overwhelming. It's hard to find stuff that's not them sometimes.
Well, the problem is that they went from everything they created that's original content was fantastic to now, since they're making so much, you're getting a lot of duds. So that's why I don't.
Yeah, they're learning though. There's stuff that's not going to get a second episode. That's not going to get a second season. Not everything's one of their hits
or second movie, like the freaking Adam Sandler movie deal they made, which is a terrible idea.
Well,
because this is a movie. This isn't a TV show. I wish it was a TV show. Because
I wish it was, but they couldn't afford Will Smith for a TV show.
No, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised he did a Netflix movie.
I'm excited.
It looks great.
It puts Netflix on the map.
Yeah, it really does. And it's just like the great action sequences. Some of the elves were recognizable too, but I didn't see who played them. But they find basically it's like they're all like gritty crime stuff, but then they find a magic wand. So they actually have a magic wand in like a gritty crime scenario, and everyone's trying to get that magic wand. So it's like it's fascinating. I love it. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean it's a classic scenario we've seen playing out in a dozen cop movies.
Yeah. But now
cops have to protect something from gangsters who want it, and but this just takes it and puts a whole new spin on it that makes me excited.
With orcs.
Orcs.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. And elves, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right, cool. We'll have to watch that and talk about the show.
All right, you had a short thing about American Horror Story Cult.
Right. I watched American Horror Story seasons 1 through 3. They were all pretty entertaining. 1 and 2 are really good. 3 was just kind of like more silly, not as scary. I have not watched the last 2 or 3 seasons, whatever has happened.
Which ones haven't you seen?
I only watched up to the witch one, the 3rd season.
Coven is great. I love Coven.
Is that that's the witch one?
Yes.
And then after that, I haven't seen anything. The one with like 2 with Lady Gaga or something. I don't know.
That one's actually the better of the 2.
I still want to watch them.
Freak Show and Hotel.
I'm
Hotel's
a completionist. Better. I'm going to watch them, but
okay.
this preview is fantastic. It's a little teaser. It doesn't show anything. We're not going to play it because there's no dialogue. It's just a bunch of clowns and a blue clown.
Just being creepy.
Yeah, and it's really well shot. Looks beautiful, but none of these shots will be in the show, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It didn't reveal anything. I'm interested. We'll see. All right, Jigsaw.
So Jigsaw. Another short little note on that. I only saw the first 2 Saws, maybe. And then this is like the 5th or 6th one or whatever.
And he's been dead for like 4 movies or something.
Yeah, they're really milking that cow for all it's worth.
Can we be done? Wasn't the last one called Saw the Final Chapter? Can we just be done?
It looks entertaining. It's like a dumb horror movie, but actually has good actors in it. And but I put drunk watch.
I wouldn't waste the match. Wouldn't waste it. Would not waste the match.
So I want to go back up on the list though. After this,
crap, what I skip?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh crap! I missed Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah,
holy crap! I'm excited.
We're home. Let's frolic innocently in nature.
Fellas?
Yeah?
I don't think we're in the 90s anymore.
Check it out! I got the new iPhone 8! Big whoop! I just got the new iPhone 9!
This is a phone? But where are all the buttons?
Whoa! This food truck sells pizza tacos! I got a wiener taco! I got a taco inside another taco! What did you get, Rocco?
Food poisoning! The 21st century is a very dangerous century.
So you watched the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
So the first half of the trailer, like a lot of the jokes were kind of rote and kind of like things that everyone jokes about, like the iPhone and stuff. But the second half kicked off with they go to a food truck, the Rocko's Modern Life characters, and they are talking about this stupid, ridiculous food that's in the food truck. And one of the characters, I can't remember their names, he's like, I got the taco in another taco. And I just started cracking up. And the rest of it was really funny. And I was like, okay, this is going to be really good. What do you think?
I'm excited. I think that it's commenting on exactly what it did at the time. I know that you weren't excited by it commenting on the iPhone and some of those more cliche things, but that's exactly what it did. So because of that, I'm so excited.
Back in the day?
Yeah. So I'm just so stoked. I'm so excited.
Yeah, because one of my things was that like it wasn't one of my favorite shows as a kid. I did watch it occasionally, but it wasn't one of my favorite shows. So like I'm not like, oh, I have to see this, but you know, I might watch it just for the sake of talking about it in the show.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So what do you want to look at next?
Let's talk about Walking Dead.
Season 7 of The Walking Dead. Big trailer for that, with a lot of not much happening.
Yep, a lot of walking around and sneaking places and people about to go do things.
Isn't that the whole series, basically?
Yeah, I feel like that's been the last 2.5 seasons. I'm ready for something to happen. Yeah. I'm hoping that this season delivers, or I may just give up on the show.
Well, as we saw at the end, if you don't want any Walking Dead spoilers, then don't listen to this.
Or watch the trailer.
Spoilers! Spoilers! Spoilers!
Right, or if you don't know much about Walking Dead, but you're planning to watch, at the end of the trailer, they show Rick as an older man who has a cane and he has a white beard and everything. And that happened in the comics, apparently. They skipped ahead after Negan a couple years or several years. And I'm excited about that because if after this, at the end of this season, because this is like the second half of the season, isn't it? Or is this the start of season?
I think this is the second half. They always do it in this goofy 2-half thing.
Right. But like apparently in the comics, they capture Negan, put him in a cell, the cell that Morgan created.
Right.
And they keep him there and they skip ahead a few years. And so Carl is now an adult. And I like that idea because I'm done with Carl, the actor with the long ass hair.
I'm sick of that angsty teen. I'm done with it.
Oh, yeah. So maybe they'll like go forward with like an adult Carl who will be like more of the lead of the show.
That'd be a smart way to kind of rebrand it.
Right.
I'd get down with that because I'm with you. I'm done with that kid.
He's too long.
I'm sorry, directors. You picked the wrong one.
No, he did well enough. He did some of the creepy stuff where like being a crazy killer at that young of an age. I think he did okay, but he's done.
Yeah, I'm done with him.
And actually, his dad put out a tweet saying, I'm so glad my son is done with Walking Dead so he can go off to college. And he quickly deleted the tweet because everyone was like, what? He's leaving the show? Is he dying? And no response. So I think that's what's happening is that basically after this season's done,
they're going to get rid of him.
Right. And there'll be an adult Carl who will be a different actor. And I would love that. That'd be great.
But yeah, I'm excited. I hope something finally happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's all out war. Like they've got to finish that.
They have to do something with it. It's time. They have to. Okay, Pacific Rim Uprising.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love the first Pacific Rim. I love it.
It was fun.
Oh, I love it. I'll watch it all the time.
I have to say, I saw Pacific Rim in a theater with my ex-girlfriend and I was dating her at the time and her best friend. We went to this dollar theater to see it we got like cheap ass popcorn and drinks and just like had a good old time. It was fun. It was ridiculous, like beating aliens with giant robots. So yeah, I would love it in that same respect, like goofy giant robot movie. Do you think it's more than that? I don't know. I just don't think it is.
Well, no, I think that they're recognizing what people loved about the last one because it does have a cult following. It is getting a sequel,
right?
And it did really well internationally for that matter. But they're giving more. They've shown like at least 8 or 9 Jaegers in this versus in the first one where you only got to see really a handful and only really
3 or 4, I guess.
4
maybe?
in action.
Yeah.
So
and John Boyega, I'm glad he's getting more work.
But yeah, they're just showing off. They're like, look at all this stuff we got for this one. Ooh, and look at this one. Ooh, and look at the red one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And John Boyega with a dirt stash.
That's right. I'm excited. Yeah. Sounds like you wouldn't waste a match.
No, not like that. I would if I had I dollar theater it. That's a new like category I'm putting in there because that was a great experience at a dollar theater on a Tuesday.
All right, you and I need to you and I need to discuss after this. We need to simplify something. I think we're now up to like 9 ratings. I think we have 9 ratings now. All right, so now let's talk about The Gifted, another hero thing I'm expected to care about. This one looks more down to earth and a little bit grittier. Kids of a mutant hunter or whatever the hell they're calling him. I don't care. Gifted hunter. Now suddenly has to hide his family and underground mutant ring. And I don't care.
You never know you're a mutant until it happens the first time.
I need to find my brother!
On this day, everything changes. Forever.
2 mutant kids from Dallas almost took down a high school gym. Feds are coming in. If it wasn't too hot before, it sure as hell is now.
I just can't believe there wasn't any warning.
Mom, you know that's how it happens. It's moments of stress or danger. Dad talks about this all the time.
We all know about your father's work. I don't see how that makes you an expert.
Mom, I know because... How do you think we got out of that gym?
Why didn't you tell me?
Dad puts people like us in jail.
My experience, things change when it's your own kid.
Yeah. Sure about the mutant incident at the high school? Those are my kids.
What?
My family needs help.
We can't take this risk, all right?
Then when do we fight? The X-Men, the Brotherhood, we don't even know if they exist anymore. Or we're getting picked off one by one.
This is the story of 2 families.
Is everyone? Yeah, we're all here.
Who came together to protect each other.
Cops, coming fast this way.
Not the ones with resources, but the ones in the shadows, fighting to hide, to escape, to survive. This is our story.
This is a burden, yes, but it's also a gift.
You ever burn anyone with that?
Uh-huh.
What about your girlfriend? You ever burn her?
Yeah, she doesn't care. That's why she's my girlfriend.
Kinky.
This one is actually apparently in the X-Men universe because made by Fox as well. They mention X-Men. They mention the Brotherhood, which is what Magneto was running. So it's in the X-Men universe. It's on Fox. It looks like a CW Pretty People show.
Yes.
If they forced me to watch either this or Inhumans, I would watch Inhumans because it looks more interesting.
Yeah.
The Gifted seems more like just pretty people. But
yeah,
Sookie Vampire Bill is in it.
Sookie. Yeah, he is. Sookie.
Sookie. But it's got a big budget. It looks pretty, but it's just kind of stupid and pointless.
Yeah.
And why do we need this?
I am okay without it.
Yeah, this one I wouldn't burn it.
The
but
next
I'd be like
one I'm excited for, The Defenders.
Yes.
The thing about war is it only works if both sides believe they're the good guys. The truth is, we're not so different. We fight to get back what was once ours. But in the end, and this is the end, it's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
I think we're safe for now. We need to figure out our next move. No, there is no next move.
And there is no we.
What is that? We're not here to eat. Are those pork? No, the shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
I'm not looking for super friends.
That doesn't matter. Can't fight these people. Not even with whatever it is your hand can do. It's cheap.
It's not.
They're hunting our friends, our families, and they're not gonna stop there.
More death is coming. And the only thing keeping Manhattan from crumbling to a pile of dust is the four of you.
The war for New York, it's over.
Not yet.
Nice ears.
They're horns.
I can see you've formed a kind of bond. I promise you it's temporary.
Electra.
They will disappoint you.
Jessica. Like it or not, we belong out there together. I'm glad we found each other. I'm not hugging you.
I just finally started watching Daredevil.
Oh, good. The first
So
season?
I'm going to try to watch Daredevil and then Jessica Jones because I haven't watched either of those. I watched sort of like the late half.
Oh, Jessica Jones is great too. Season 2 of Daredevil is kind of lackluster, but Luke Cage is great.
I've enjoyed Luke Cage. I enjoyed Iron Fist.
Oh, so you did those before the other ones?
Yeah. As I said, I did like the later half first somehow. Now I'm going back and watching Daredevil and getting a lot of background, and it's kind of fun actually. I'm getting a lot of character background.
It's like prequel
and stuff.
series kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll love Daredevil season 1 and Jessica Jones is my favorite one, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Defenders looks great.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch them all fight together and hurt people, and it's going to be great.
I did put down my notes that it looks like in the trailer for The Defenders, they and by the way, we'll put the link in the episode description of this page we found that has all the trailers consolidated in one place so you can watch these along with us. Yeah, it was a great article that kind of consolidated everything that was released at San Diego Comic-Con. But yeah, what I liked is that the fan reaction for Iron Fist was not good. I didn't mind Iron Fist, but it definitely was the weakest show, I think, of all the shows that's been released. And just kind of scattershot writing, bad fight scenes. So they actually don't include him in some of the scenes, like where it's just Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Luke Cage, and Iron Fist is just missing for some of the more comedic scenes and like bonding scenes. Because like I think they recognized fans were like, we don't need Iron Fist that much.
Yeah,
but we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, of course, I will watch it.
Absolutely.
All right, now talk about Preacher.
Oh well, Preacher. It's just a preview that they have on there. It's basically the stuff that's coming up in this season of Preacher. Preacher is so funny and fantastic and well made and entertaining. If you don't mind gore, but it's just really dark comedy. But great actors. Ruth Negga, who's Oscar nominated, and Tony Stark's young dad from the MCU. He plays the Preacher. And there's a guy from Misfits who plays the vampire in the movie. But anyways, it's a great show. But not much to say there. Lego Ninjago movie. Should I know what Lego Ninjago is? Is that a thing that exists?
It's a later craze with the kids.
What is it?
It's like just a theme they had.
Oh, so they got like ninja Legos,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but ninja theme. And they did they ripped off a bunch of Asian culture and then threw ninjas in there.
So I want everyone to watch this trailer just because especially if you're a cat owner and you love cats like I do, they have Meowthra, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that was great. Oh no, it's Meowthra.
In the midst of this Lego animated movie, there's an actual cat, like a live action cat, who's knocking over
wrecks
buildings.
everything.
But first, like, oh no, Meowth's coming, and they show the cat, and everyone in the town goes, "Aww," and it just slaps over a building. It's so
good.
funny. It's so good. So I would watch this.
Yeah.
I would watch this.
All right, one I'm really, really excited for. Ready Player One.
I was born in 2025. But I wish I'd grown up in the 1980s. Like all my heroes. I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth. But it sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks. They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere except the oasis. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. A world where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
Did you read the book?
No.
You should read the book before it comes out because...
Okay, I'll read the book before it comes out.
I already feel like there's so much that's not in the book that they're putting in the movie for some reason. Because there's so much. I read that book and it was the best book I've read in 5 years. Like, it's just so entertaining, so much pop culture references that you and I grew up with and a little before we grew up with. Kind of like the late 80s, early 80s. But then a lot of 90s stuff too, video games and D&D and everything. And there's so many great action sequences in the book. And then suddenly in this trailer, there's like random action sequences that are not in the book. And I thought to myself, there's so much they could have put in the movie that why do they need to put in extra sequences that were not in the book, which I'm a little worried about. But the scenes that are in the book that they show in the trailer are like exactly what I was thinking when I read the book. So it's exciting. And if you're around our age or older, if you're like between... I don't know, 30 and 50, and you read Ready Player One, you'll be like, you'll go nostalgia crazy. It's fantastic. So yeah, it looks great. So what makes you like it as a person who has not read the book?
Once again, pop culture. I know Warner Brothers is making it so they have access to their full like library.
Right.
So I'm excited to see everything they use. We got to see the DeLorean, Iron Giant, some other fun stuff. I'm sure somebody's already picked this apart and given us every reference they make. I'm excited for it. Because it's based off of good source material.
And Steven Spielberg directing it.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg. And I trust that man still. He hasn't done anything to wrong me yet, really.
Oh, what's weird is that there's so many references to Spielberg movies in the book, and he purposely, not because of rights issues, but purposely removed his references from the movie. So, like, there's basically like games that the lead character has to complete to win these prizes in the book. It's not giving away anything. It's kind of like the premise.
Okay.
And a lot of them are about your knowledge of 80s and 90s culture. And a lot of them are about Spielberg movies like E.T. and Jaws and all that kind of thing. And they're in the book. And Spielberg just chose to remove those references from the movie, even though there was not rights issues involved.
Well, that's his right as the director. He doesn't want to distract. I bet you he left one thing in. He probably gave them one good one, but he doesn't want to do it too much.
Well, and like he's a producer on Back to the Future, and he includes the DeLorean. But that's
right. He's not going to be shabby about it, but he just didn't want it to become like an homage to him.
I guess, yeah, he probably maybe felt weird directing a movie that was paying homage to himself.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of strange. I get that. So I respect him for that. But I'll shut up and take my money for that one. It's going to happen.
Next one, Justice League.
Oh, boy.
What did you do this weekend, Diana?
Me? Nothing very interesting.
The world remains in mourning after the death of the Superman.
And where is the Gotham Bat? The mass vigilante has been a no-show.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to. We don't have any more time.
Something is coming.
No protectors here. No lanterns. No Kryptonian. This world will fall. Like all the others.
one misses the days when one's biggest concerns were exploding wind-up penguins.
This is crazy. Honestly, I think we're all gonna die.
Each of us, in some way, is held back.
Don't engage alone. We'll do this together.
It's really cool. You guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
Superman was a beacon to the world. He didn't just save people. He made them see the best parts of themselves.
All right.
I don't recognize this world.
We don't have to recognize it. We just have to save it.
How many of you are there? Not enough. Do you really think that...
Oh, wow, they really just vanish. Huh? Oh, that's rude.
You said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
I feel like this whole trailer was like, look, we finally have the other characters done.
Finally.
Look, Aquaman. Look, he's doing stuff. He came through that building. Oh, and Cyborg. Oh, he's doing computer stuff with his arm. Look at it. We did it, guys. I don't care anymore. DC, just give up. You lost.
Yeah, like how much more would we have cared if they had actually made each movie first and then made the Justice League? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
We would have actually liked Cyborg. We would know who the hell he was. Flash, we would have thought was great. And then add them all into a movie together like Marvel did.
What? Here's the thing. They've got catching up to do to Marvel. They feel like they had to jumpstart it.
But if they take their time, they can make billions more dollars.
I know, but right now they have to make enough money to justify making more movies.
Yeah.
They finally made some money, some real money with Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. It was a good movie.
Yeah. But no, I'll watch this one at home, but I'm not going to do anything extra to go see it.
Well, I know that Joss Whedon took over after the previous director had a family tragedy, so I'm hoping that Joss Whedon can add some touches to it to make it a little more just light and entertaining and not just so dour and depressing. So, but I'm probably going to see this in theaters, so I should take my money.
All right, so what's our next one?
Stranger Things Season 2. You watched the first season, right?
Oh my gosh, did I?
I'm sure we talked about it in the podcast before. I just forgot. But I was worried that the second season would have nowhere to go, but this trailer looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, bigger things to come.
I'm ready for it.
Very excited.
Get the couch ready.
All right, what's next?
Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
As a non-Star Trek super fan, what do you think of the trailer?
This, I'm going to say, of all the Star Trek shows, is not necessarily a good thing. The one that, of all the shows that, as I see, it looks the most approachable to me as somebody who's not a Star Trek person.
That's great.
Compared to Next Generation, we're right. But I'm not sure if that's a good thing or if that's like a commercialization of Star Trek.
Well, what I wrote in my notes was, I think this truly has a chance to revitalize Star Trek for new audiences of nerds, not really like the J.J. Abrams films, which were more to the masses. This is more of a niche audience, but still possible Game of Thrones level drama. So great effects as well. But from the last trailer, I wasn't excited, but now I am. I think it's like it could pull in some non-Trek fans, but it can also make new kind of nerdy Trek fans and have some kind of Game of Thrones style. I don't know. It's just, I think it's got everything. It's better. I think it's better than the J.J. Abrams films that came out. I think it's going to pull in more people, the important people it needs to make this show.
Right. The long-term continuous viewers.
Exactly. Not just the bandwagon fans.
Right. I agree with that.
All life is born from chaos. The world doesn't always adhere to logic. Sometimes down is up. And sometimes when you're lost, you're found.
The Klingon Empire has been in disarray for generations.
We've encountered them.
We have been waiting for someone worthy of our attention.
Captain, incoming!
Change is the essential process of all existence, Commander Burnham.
Go!
You must challenge your preconceptions, or they most certainly will challenge you.
What the hell is going on this ship?
Better hurry.
We're getting very close to...
You're mad.
I'm mud.
You chose to do the right thing. Even a great cost to yourself. You helped start a war. Don't you want to help me end it?
So, but it did look interesting, at least a show that you'd want to watch outside of being a Star Trek fan.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a good sign.
All right, Westworld.
Westworld. I watched season 1. Did you watch season 1?
Yes, and then I finally finished it. Finally.
Okay. And what'd you think of it?
It was good. So here's one thing for people who haven't watched it. I recommend it because the moment you finish the final episode, it's the only show I've ever had this where I immediately want to go back and rewatch the first episode.
Yeah.
The minute you finish it, you're going to go, oh my God, I have to I have to go back and see. It's a great show. I'm excited to see what they do with season 2. It looks like a lot more blood, gore, action, heightened risk. We know there's other parks involved now. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of the samurai park that was involved in the first season. See, my problem is that there was so much mystery and intrigue in the first season that I loved. And like, you don't know what the hell's going on, or there's some kind of oddity to this whole park. And I think that's all gone now, kind of. And there's, what other mysteries can they bring up? And will it just be all action and kind of like...
Yeah, true.
Not as fascinating as the last.
See if they can hold the thread together.
Yeah, I mean, but what you said, what makes you feel hopeful, you just said that about the other parks, which makes me like, oh, okay, maybe there is room for growth. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah. So, yeah, Westworld Season 2, look at the trailer. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, what's our next one?
Thor Ragnarok. I think we reviewed the first trailer in our in-person episode. But the second trailer, I think, looks even more beautiful and fun and ridiculous. And
oh, yeah.
The Taika Waititi is the director who did What We Do in the Shadows and
I'm
Hunt
so
for the
excited.
Wilder People. He's
great. He's playing one of the characters, one of the like
good.
CGI characters, I think.
Because he is so funny and
I love him.
Great.
Oh, he's so good.
They're making it very 80s style and like heavy metal with like the graphics and everything. So
I like that they basically showed that like Hulk is going to be a character and not just a giant monster.
Yeah, I think he's getting more intelligent. So like Hulk can actually speak and have conversations now, which is funny and hilarious. So shut up and take my money.
Yeah, shut up and take my money. Absolutely.
So what's next?
The Orville. We got a second longer look, and I'm just as lackluster excited as I was before.
Oh, I think it's gonna be great. See what I
know,
think
and that's like, what you said the first time too.
So like when I'm watching Star Trek Discovery, I'm having Star Trek Discovery watching parties at my house, and I think it'd be a great after thing. People can leave if they want, or they can stay and have their drink.
Put on the Orville.
And put on the Orville, and we can just have like a good old time winding down, watching a goofy but still well produced with a lot of good actors. A lot of good special effects show and just have a good time. So I think it's be fine. It'll be fun. Maybe last 3 seasons.
What do you have to say about Arrow?
Oh, Arrow. So Steve doesn't watch the Arrow, right?
Not really, no.
So I've been watching the Arrow, even though it's been kind of boring me the last couple seasons. I like a lot of the CW superhero shows, but it's been like the most dour, boring kind of show. But I wanted to keep up with it for continuity's sake because they all kind of connect occasionally. Arrow season 6, this trailer, there's no new characters introduced. It looks like more of the same, more boring. For the first time in my life, it might be one of the shows I just give up on and say I'm not going to watch the rest of this because, and Steve knows I'm OCD about this crap, but this show is just like there's been more of the same every season and nothing new. And they don't have any rights to new DC characters. I have no idea, but it looks really boring. So what a terrible trailer to reduce. I hope more is happening, but it's terrible. So we'll move on.
Also, Doctor Who Christmas special. Go.
All right, because you don't watch Doctor Who either.
No.
So those of you who do, the Christmas special looks great. It's having the guy who playing the first Doctor from the 1960s the actor from Game of Thrones who played Walter Frey, and he played Argus Filch in the Harry Potter movies. He's playing the first Doctor. He looks just like him, which is great. And this is going to be a historic episode for Doctor Who fans because it's going to be the episode where Doctor Who becomes the first female Doctor. And that brings up the point of fake outrage, which Steve might have something to say about, because this is a new thing where it goes beyond regular outrage, because people are like, oh, people are so outraged about a female Doctor. But when you click on any article about people being outraged about a new female Doctor for the first time in history, there's like 2 tweets in their article, or barely any evidence of people actually being outraged about this. So I think it's basically like fake outrage for the sake of clicks, because no one really cares.
Clickbait.
Yeah, because they're like, they're saying everyone's upset about there being a female Doctor and how horrible is that? And there's 2 people tweeting who aren't even famous. So I think people are generally accepting of there being a female Doctor, but they made this fake outrage story bump about there being a female Doctor when actually no one really cares. I think it's great. So it's exciting.
I mean, here's the thing. We can't do anything about clickbait, but I think that we can address the people that are outraged right now. And I'm just going to tell you to get the hell over it.
Of course.
I just need you to get your head out of your ass, and then that way you can find the entrance to your cave and join us all here in the present. You need to get over it.
In 2017.
It's time. It's 2017. It's time. Please, just join us. We want you with us. We don't want ignorant, dumb assholes. Okay, so I did say that I had a secret trailer. I warned Jeremy beforehand, something that didn't quite make Comic-Con timeline, but that I found and that nobody's really talking about. And I really nobody's talking about this, and I found it. Jeremy, are you excited?
I'm excited.
You should be.
What is this?
It came out just a few days after Comic-Con ended. Cop and a Half 2.
What?
So Burt Reynolds did a buddy cop film with a young African-American kid called Cop and a Half, where this young African-American kid is like the only witness to a murder, and so he has to take him on as his partner in order to get the kid to be the witness or something. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm seeing the cover to the VHS right now.
It's been like 30 years, and so it just comes back to, what year is it, and who is asking for these movies?
Oh my God. So who is in this movie then?
It's Lou Diamond Phillips, who you will recognize. He's a Latino actor.
He was in La Bamba,
who's been in lots of stuff. La Bamba. He's been in everything. His acting sheet is forever long. And a little girl and drones. There's attack drones, and somehow this little girl is the key to figuring out who's doing it. So he has to work with the girl to stop attack drones.
It's called Cop and a Half New Recruit.
Yep.
One kid's fantasy, one cop's nightmare. One cop's nightmare.
Yeah. So that happened.
I did not watch that trailer, and I will not.
No, I know. I don't expect you to, but I wanted to build the tension and make you excited for nothing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Once again, continuing our series of who asked for this movie.
So now, because this whole thing has been trailer reviews, I decided to do an additional game. It's a throwback game. And this is going to be a reinvention of Brooklyn Band or Smut Search.
Very nice.
All right. So in Brooklyn Band or Smut Search, we used to play, I used to find independent small Brooklyn bands. And then there's a site called pornmd.com that does a live search where you can literally see what people are searching. Some of it is exactly what you're expecting, but a lot of it is extremely surprising and could be mistaken for the names of independent bands. So instead of Brooklyn Bands, because that pool was wearing thin, it is now Indie Band or Smut Search that we're about to play. So are you ready to play Indie Band or Smut Search?
Let's do this.
All right. Spiller. Spiller.
That sounds like an indie band.
That is an indie band. You're right.
Woohoo! Like I couldn't imagine I could imagine what porn that would be, but I don't want to.
Okay. Sunset Exotic.
I'll go with Smut Search.
That is an indie band. I'm sorry.
And your baby fell.
No, and it just dropped something in the sink. It's fine. So no, I'm sorry. You're wrong.
All
right. Roadway.
I mean, maybe that's some weird Smut Search where you're on a roadway and you're having sex. It's a Smut Search.
That is right. It's a Smut Search.
Yeah.
All right. Dane Jones English.
That has to be an indie band.
I'm trying to like read these with no inflection to try to give nothing away.
That has to be an indie band.
I'm sorry, that is a Smut Search.
What?
I have no idea. I took these right off the feed. I took these directly off the feed. I'm not making them up.
Oh, is that website working again?
It is. It's back up.
Oh, good.
All right. Shorts.
Smut Search.
That's an indie band. I'm sorry. All right. Best friend.
That feels like a Smut Search.
I'm sorry. That's Brooklyn Band.
Oh. I'm failing all of these now because they're so similar.
All right. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Beg for me.
See, that seems too obvious, Smut Search, so I'm going with indie band.
I'm sorry, that's Smut Search.
Oh, God damn it. You tricked me. You tricked me, you bastard.
You should have gone with your gut. All right. This one's difficult, so I'll enunciate.
All right.
Word narco. Word narco.
A guy who narcs on words.
You nailed it, dude.
That cannot be a Smut Search. That has been indie band.
That is a Smut Search. I'm sorry.
The fuck?
You've lost your touch.
What are they searching for? What are they searching for?
All right, Jeremy, we're down to our final two.
Okay.
All right, are you excited?
Dear God, no.
All right. Space Motel. Space Motel.
Smut Search.
That is an indie band. I'm sorry. Charmin's gonna die.
Ow.
All right, this is the last one.
You killed me.
I'll give you 3 points for this one. Carnival of Knowledge. Carnival of Knowledge.
Well, this sounds obviously to me like an indie band, and last time I didn't go with the obvious choice, I failed. So, indie band.
I'm sorry, that's the Smut Search.
You asshole! You did that on purpose.
When I opened it up, I saw that and I was like, I've got to get it down while it's still on the screen. That is too good.
What
It was
porn?
like, I have no idea.
What?
This, for whatever reason, it was even better this time than last time.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot more choices this time than last time.
It's ridiculous.
So, Jarman, you got 3 out of 10.
Go figure.
It's okay. I'll be bringing back games, so you'll get a chance to practice out.
Well, that was a great episode, guys. We talked a lot about
so
everything
many
coming out
different
soon.
things.
My God.
So many previews. Holy crap. Check them out. Jarman will post the link so that you can look along with us and see what we saw and see if you agree with us or not. We're excited to see what you think.
We didn't have a lot of really excited moments in that whole thing. We didn't. No,
there were a handful of bodies to pull out of the train wreck, but for the most part, I feel pretty much in the middle about it. Most things.
There's 2 things I'm excited about, but either way, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, either with more of our ongoing series of Muppets and Star Trek movie reviews, or a whole new episode of something different entirely. We have no idea.
We'll see how we feel.
Yeah, we'll see how we feel, and you'll hopefully join us again. I am Jarman. What is your name again?
I'm Steve.
Steve.
We will keep being your nerd hosts if you keep being our nerd audience. Thanks again, Internet.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
If you'd like to find out more about us, you can always check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/aplayonnerds.
Or check us out on Twitter and Instagram at aplayonnerds.
We're also streaming live game content all the time on twitch.tv/aplayonnerds.
Fun videos and stuff to check out, youtube.com/playonnerds.
And also please subscribe to us on iTunes and leave a review if possible, because that lets us be easily searched in the iTunes search index for podcasts.
And that way we know if we stink.
Exactly. Let us know if you hate us or you love us. That's always great.
Check us out at our website, www.aplayonnerds.com, where all this content can be found at the tip of your fingers.
And you can also always email us at anything@aplayonnerds.com.
And then check us out on, I guess, Snapchat, maybe.
For dick pics.
Or Tumblr, perhaps.
Periscopes.
You could also throw a rock at us with a message on it.
Carrier pigeons.
We accept cassette tapes.
I love cassette tapes.
We just want to hear from you.
Yes, please send us anything you like at any social media outlets.
However you do it, check us out.
And how. If we do the trailer reviews rundown thing recording again, we're going to do it where we speedball it. We're like, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. And we have all these ratings and it's good. So we need to keep these subtleties are important.
Here's the other thing though. I'm okay retiring.
We need to get rid of We'll See.
Yeah, We'll See.
Because Take a Look is basically We'll See.
Yeah, We'll See. We can get rid of. I think we should get rid of Burn It and just go with Wouldn't Waste a Match. Because I like that one better.
That works.
Yeah, but I think we can retire some of the old ones.
I really like the idea of a meh, like something if it was on TV, I'd kind of watch it, whatever. You know, it's not terrible.
I think that's a Get the Couch Ready.
No, Get the Couch Ready is like, I'm not going to watch this in theaters, but I am damn well going to watch this at home.
Okay, so we need to discuss this further because then I put that sort of like in drunk watch kind of territory.
The drunk watch is like, I need to be drunk to watch this, but I'm going to watch it. But I need to be drunk because it'll be funny more when I'm drunk. So there are subtleties I like, but We'll See and Take a Look have always been too close for my liking.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, anyway,
we'll see.
We'll see. So maybe We'll See we'll keep and then Take a Look get rid of because We'll See is more funny.
Yeah, We'll See is funnier to say. It's true.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, one that didn't make Comic-Con, didn't make this list that surprised me that you pointed out was Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Right, and after I made that comment, I didn't actually watch the trailer.
You dig. All right, we cut it. We cut that whole thing because I'm not doing it.
Okay, good.